Welcome to our lecture line. Based on the previous example, the previous problem that we worked out, where we were able to find a vector that points in the same direction as the line from this point to this point, which is defined right there, we're now going to find the angles between that vector and the x, the y, and the z direction. So these angles are called alpha, beta, and gamma, the three angles with respect to the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. And to do that, we're first going to find the direction cosines. So to find alpha, beta, and gamma, let's first find the direction cosines, which are defined as follows. The cosine of alpha, and I'm saying alpha and I'm writing gamma, the cosine of alpha is equal to, well, how do we define that? It's equal to the magnitude of the, or not the magnitude, but it's equal to the component of the I direction, the component in the I direction, I should say, so that would be minus 5 divided by the square root of 11, and we divide that by the magnitude of the vector. Well, the magnitude of the vector is given to us as 5. And so this would be equal to, when the 5's cancel out, minus 1 over the square root of 11. When we find the direction cosine of beta, that is equal to the magnitude would be 5 times 3 divided by the square root of 11, and we need to divide that by the magnitude of vector 5, which means it's equal to 3 divided by the square root of 11. And finally, the cosine alpha, beta, gamma is equal to the component, that would be 5 divided by the square root of 11 divided by the square root of 11, which is equal to 1 over the square root of 11. So now we have our three direction cosines. To find the angles, we need to take the inverse cosine of direction cosines. So let's do that here. So we can say that alpha is equal to the inverse cosine of negative 1 over the square root of 11. And let's find out what that angle is. So we have 1 divided by the square root of 11, make that 1 divided by the square root of 11, which is 107.5 degrees. Next, we're finding beta, the angle beta, which is the angle between the vector and the y-axis, which is equal to the inverse cosine of 3 divided by the square root of 11. So 3 divided by, take the square root of 11, take the inverse cosine of that, and that gives us 25.2 degrees. And finally, alpha, beta, gamma, we take the inverse cosine of, that would be 1 divided by the square root of 11. This doesn't look like an 11, does it? There, that's better. And that would be equal to, so we have 1 divided by square root of 11 equals, take the inverse cosine, that would be 72.5 degrees. So here we have it, the three angles between the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. Now, just to make sure we did it correctly, one check to verify if our answers are correct is to realize that the sum of the squares of direction cosines should add up to 1. In other words, the cosine square of alpha plus the cosine square of beta plus the cosine square of gamma should add up to 1. So let's go ahead and check that. So we can say that 1 over, or negative 1 over the square root of 11, and we need to square that, plus 3 divided by the square root of 11 quantity squared, plus that would be 1 divided by the square root of 11 quantity squared. What does that add up to? Well, first of all, when we square the denominator, we get 11. So we have a common denominator of 11. In the numerator, we get the following. We get 1 squared, which is 1, plus 3 squared, which is 9, plus 1 squared, which is 1, all divided by the common denominator 11. And you can see that, yes, indeed, that is equal to 1. So it looks like we have the correct direction cosines, and then by taking the inverse of those direction cosines, we get the angles themselves. And that's how you find the angles between any vector and the axis, the three axes x, y, and z. That's how we do that.